The new tariff on steel and aluminum caused quite an uproar, with EU, China, and Canada basically saying two can play that game. This could mark the start of a global trade war. Some experts predict a long-term negative impact on Korea's economy. For details, let's turn to our Lee Jeong-yeon.
The off-the-cuff announcement by U.S. President Donald Trump that he would impose heavy tariffs on all steel imports has already set off a ripple of responses from world leaders. The EU, Canada, and China have said that if these tariffs are finalized, they will take reciprocal measures to impose taxes on American products. There is evident tension between the U.S. and China. Beijing says it's ready to impose tariffs on American agricultural products, an apparent move targeting U.S. farmers, who are an important support base for President Trump. The threat of a trade war is particularly concerning for South Korea, as more than 80% of its GDP comes from trade.
The U.S. and China make up around 35% of South Korea's total exports. So if both countries start adopting protectionist measures, it would be a blow to Korean industries that rely on exports to those countries, such as cars, electronics, and steel.
Meanwhile, the EU has said it would start looking to impose tariffs on American products like Harley-Davidson motorcycles, bourbon whiskey, and Levi's jeans. Canada, the #1 steel exporter to the U.S., has also said it's ready to take reciprocal action if tariffs are imposed on its steel and aluminum products. The Seoul government expects further tariffs on cars and semiconductors as Trump sees the car industry as the sector in which South Korea saw the greatest trade surplus with the U.S. To this, South Korean President Moon Jae-in said,
정부와 기업이 합심하여 노력하면 얼마든지 극복할 수 있다는 자신감을 갖고 대응해 나가야 할 것입니다.
Experts say that aiming for multilateral negotiations would be the best way for South Korea to minimize trade blows in the long run.
South Korea should proactively participate in trade deals such as the Trans-Pacific Partnership or mega-regional FTAs for the long-term growth of its economy.
Lee Jeong-yeon, Arirang News.